Hey friends, this is just like another vlog, just following after my last one in Bangkok. I realized after 2 days, 95 people have viewed the actual video and 7% actually got towards the actual end. So if I do the calculations towards there, that's about 7 people in the world that watched the video all the way to the end. So for those 7, I bless your soul. That was like 11 minutes of your life that you've given away listening to my rambling. I hope that you managed to find value in that. Without further ado, this is basically another video. I'm in a different location here, still in Bangkok, and still same shit, different day. Like, the value that I want to share to you, the value that I get first. So, what it can mean to you is that if you're struggling through similar sort of things, this could be a technique that you can actually take. Like I said in my previous video, I've come onto a sabbatical, and I'm just trying to work out some stuff in my life. Now, that sounds pretty typical because I believe everyone has their own story to tell. Everyone's going through their own hero's journey. Everyone has their own particular challenges in life. My way that makes me feel that little bit better, it's only a temporary relief, is to speak out. Now, for those people who are following me and that are new to me, I find that speaking, the actual action of articulating what is inside you to get it outside of your body, be that you tell someone or you see a therapist, see a friend, someone who you can lean to, or even just a camera on my MacBook Pro. Just the fact of articulating words and speaking out, I find a temporary relief for what it is that's going on inside me. Because I believe what is happening is that our brains can only really focus on one thing at a time. And if we are focusing on speaking, we are not focusing on other stuff. And that other stuff seems to be all the thoughts and all the just rumination of everything in the past and my worries. And it's just debilitating. It really is. So thank you very much for those approximate 7 to 8 people that watched it to the very end. Even to the people who didn't get to the end and only watched 50%. Hey, you helped me. By you giving me your time, it means a lot to me. Be that 1 second or the whole 100% of the video. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to be talking about what's it like going on a sabbatical, escaping your natural environment? Because that is what I thought is what I needed back at home. To just escape, to change the environment so that it's a means to mend my wounds. I want to tell you that it doesn't do 100%. The problems still exist. So if you're considering going, hey, I'm packing up, I just want to go, I have all these issues that I'm facing, it doesn't actually resolve anything, is what I want to get to. Your problems are still there. Your habits of thinking, rumination will still be there. To be honest, what I find is, now that I'm here in Bangkok, doing what it is that I need to, I love the fact that when I do this stuff, I'm good, but when I do have the downtime, it actually makes it worse. And here is what I find out that what makes it worse from my learning experience. Although I'm in a different environment, although I'm not around the causality of the effect that I feel around my problems. Now, I know that's very general words because I want to make it general for your viewers. So you may believe a cause may be a person, or it could be your job, or it could be your health. So I'm using those 3 pillars. It could be a subject matter within those areas. Like, for example, it could be a relationship. By escaping it and going on a sabbatical, yes, you do change the environment. Yes, you most likely won't be around that toxic person or that person who is affecting you or whatever situation you may be. Yes, there is a geographical distance you have created. And I want to tell you how that feels. Physically, yes, you are apart. Physically, you're not exposed to it, but however, so long as you're still carrying the mental thoughts and the mental burden, or the emotional burden, it actually makes zero distance movement. Does it heal? Gosh, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because you still have to deal with it. And the fact is, what actually makes it worse is that it puts a pause on the situation. Now, it could have been going worse, and you, depending on your situation, for example, heaven forbid, touch wood, that it was a violent physical sort of thing, which you could be going through. Now, that's not my example. I'm going way off from my example. I'm not using myself here. I'm way away from my situation. But unless yours is actually feeling trauma every single day or every single... Escaping gives you a temporary relief. You just have to consider... What I'm doing is I'm giving you a pragmatic view about it. And it pauses the situation by escaping. What I'm getting at is when I'm away in a different environment, one of the downsides is I can't work on the problem as effective as if I'm at home. And that makes sense. If it's requiring you to speak to somebody, if they're not here, you can't, the action that's required to actually speak to them becomes a lot harder. Because if you want to speak to them one-on-one, you now have to organize a time. You have to use some form of platform, most likely the internet or some sort of communication platform. And that comes with its own inherent limitations, such as if you're using video, sure, you'll get the visual context, you'll get the real time, you'll get the audio. Great. But if you're going by phone call, now you don't get to see the person, so you're not getting 100% of the communication through. And heaven forbid, if you're doing email or by text message, you are now cutting the visuals and the vocals of the communication. And the real thing is what you really had to do was to speak up and talk to a particular person. Well, logic will have it that you'd want them there. And by being away, you've actually created a more challenge to resolve the problem. Now, I touched on the fact of lack of productivity. Now, another area of my life is that I want to work on, say, my speaking career. But when I'm up here in Bangkok, I don't have the amenities, the capabilities of my office. I don't have the microphone. I forgot to bring a micro SD card reader that attaches to my GoPro, like a little device that I'm out here and traveling. So if I was at home, I could upload the videos that I made on my trip yesterday and get them straight up onto YouTube if I was at home. But now I'm going through a frustration that, oh my God, I didn't bring a piece of equipment. Now I have to delay a piece of an asset, a potential asset, another video that I can put up on YouTube. And what it also does is like, oh my God, I've stopped the momentum. I had all this momentum, but now I've got this blocker. I don't have my micro SD card reader, which just actually adds more frustration and stress. And here I am, before I actually press this video, what I'm actually doing is I'm using the microphone on my Nighthawks. I wanted to use the microphone on my GoPro because it's got the media kit, which is an actual external microphone. But now I've got a situation. If I record an audio on my GoPro, I don't have that micro SD card reader. So I've got friction. I've got friction because I'm away from productivity. So what I'm getting at, I guess an encompassing part of this video is, yes, escaping my environment and changing my environment does allow me to experience new things. It allows me to change the routine. It allows me to shake up the system. But know that inherent with any change, there's always going to be negatives and positives. And as time kind of goes through, as I've kind of talked about in a previous video, yes, the positives are great. The positives are fantastic. And probably I'll bite myself for actually saying, oh, I should have just made the most of the actual situation and just enjoyed the time that I actually had whilst I was being here, such as the relationships and the friends and the bonding and the experiences. Yet, it's the sad things, it's the negative emotions, it's that one bad egg within the bath of all poached eggs that just ruminates and it burns you alive. I've just elaborated on a sense that I'm actually feeling a bit homesick. And that's sad when you're traveling. Homesickness is a real thing. There's a part of me that wants to be back at home, back into that environment. There is no perfect world, friends. There is no absolute perfect. You'd think that going away from something could fix it, but it doesn't. You actually just have to face it. When I'm saying you, I'm also saying me. The first person I'm speaking to is myself. I just have to face the problem. And it's hard. That's the logical part. I have to go through the emotional part as well. And that's the fear and the insecurity. Now that's difficult. I'm not there yet. So I feel for you, friends. I feel for you. But perhaps you might be stronger than me. Perhaps you got a little bit more willpower than I'm tired. I've been going on for 4 months with this. You may be going for a lot longer or you may be going a little bit less. Everybody's got their own story. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I just want a simple life. I just want to I don't think I'm asking for much, but maybe my life is not clear. Maybe I'm just going through all these tough times. And yet again, having the opportunity to speak out on camera does help. I can just press stop, record, and upload. I might do a few editings here and there, but at least in my mind, I feel as though I've done something. Because it's that productivity that actually goes down. I actually want to quote, and where I first heard about this was from Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. In that book somewhere, he actually describes about if you think the dream is just living out on a beach drinking pina coladas for the rest of your life, and that's your end goal, and he actually describes it, pun, it's like a living hell. There is actually truth in that. Because what I have found and what I want you to take away is what you ultimately want is also to be productive. You want to always give to the world. Yes, don't get me wrong. Occasionally, going out on the beach, having that cocktail and pina colada, relaxing, reducing the stress, changing them, that's all absolutely fantastic, and I encourage that. Please, I don't want to take that away. If you have a great holiday coming up with your family and your friends, and you just want to go to the beach and you just want to switch off from everything, by all means, do it. I just want to let you know that if there was any other alternative, to optimize where I am in my situation, what I suggest is that you still want to remain productive. You want to still contribute back to the world. You still want to be useful. You still want to be able to wake up in the morning and say, hey, I've done something productive for myself and for the world. I could go up to the hotel room up on the 9th floor and just sunbathe in front of the pool all day if I wanted. But I don't want to do that. I actually don't want to do that. I want to be here with you, friends, and make this video and send it out to the world. Because why? I'll tell you the why. Because this could help you. This could be a benefit to you. Like I said, I didn't expect 7 people out of the 95 in the first 24 hours to watch all that video. And I'm hoping maybe in that 7, I could have helped somebody. I could have changed the direction. I could have awakened something within somebody. Now that's just all hope. That's what I hope. And that's all I got. That's all I've got. And if I can change, if I can put your life into a better direction by adding 1 unit of value, well, that makes me feel a little bit better because it makes it makes the pain that I'm going through turn into something good on the other side of the world. It might be a bit of a butterfly effect, whereas I feel this experience and you could be in the other side of the world, and it made you make the right decision to send you on the right path, to get the momentum going in the right direction for you, and you make something great just because you've watched my video. That makes me warm and fuzzy in the inside. Just thinking that for a moment. And if it does do that, please share. Please share. I want to know. I want to know that it adds value. Because right now, in my situation, I need help. I need help. I'm struggling. And I don't know how to get through. And all I know is to do the best I can. And right now, I think the best thing I can do is to talk to this camera and upload this video. Any more deeper why than that, I actually have no friggin' clue. Thank you, friends. I might make another video. That gives me the temporary relief. Like, subscribe, talk to me. Sadness, loneliness, and loss sucks. Regardless of travel, adding homesickness to everything. Friends, I love you, and I hope wherever you are, this video helped push you in the momentum in a better direction. Till next time, take care.